Hi, my Gemini friends. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to Owl's Eye Tarot. Anything you need to know about the channel is in the description box below, along with a timestamp for when the reading starts, for those who don't like to sit through the shuffling. I'm going to start the reading by pulling an animal spirit oracle card to give us an overall feel. I have been meditating on your energy, Gemini, and we'll see where the reading goes. I hate to ever say that anything is negative, because if you don't understand the fact that tarot isn't fated, we all have free will, and we can shift and change and alter the course. We're the captains of our own ship. Sometimes a lot of shit, because of life being so crazy, gets buried in our subconscious. Things that we need to be aware of, things that might be affecting us that we're not aware of, things that maybe we need to focus on, and tarot can really help you do that. But like I said, one of the reasons I don't read reversals on this channel, for instance, I do in personal readings, but I don't on the channel, because if you don't understand tarot, then it's very easy to misread what you're hearing from a tarot reader. And that's never any good. So, but anyways, that whole spiel was because when I was meditating on your energy, I felt like a sadness, and I felt like someone's lost something. Someone feels as though maybe they've lost themselves a bit, or they're losing themselves a bit. So, let's see what the cards have to say. Alright, let's get an animal spirit card for my Gemini friends. Let's get them some clarity, some guidance. Where does their focus need to lie? Alright, so your animal spirit card is the spider spirit. Make your dreams real. I don't hate any living creature, but I will say that I'm terrified of spiders. Terrified. Like, I will mow down elderly people and small children to get away from a spider. It's not cute. Other bugs don't bother me. Snakes I'm cool with, but spiders, too many legs, too many eyes. Just too much going on. Okay, what deck do we want to use? Gemini. I'm going to use this deck. All bent up, one of my oldest decks. Because I feel like the energy's popping here. Alright. So let's see what's going on with you guys. Messages of clarity and guidance from my dear Gemini friends, my gorgeous Geminis. Alright, your first card out is the 8 of Swords. And your second card out is the 2 of Pentacles. 8 of Swords. third card out is Death. So there's a transformation happening. Transformations in order to make your dreams come true. Often something needs to leave your life. And there's a choice being made here, because he can't keep juggling that forever. I mean, that looks a bit chaotic. He looks like he's on the verge of dropping shit. It's a very kind of peripatetic feel. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get better at not reading the cards until I get them pulled. That way I can include the timestamp and people don't miss stuff, but I guess if people want to skip ahead, you miss stuff sometimes. At the top of the animal spirit deck is the crow spirit, which talks about co-creating with spirit. So when I see make your dreams real and co-create with spirit, I'm definitely getting a picture. This is a bit bare bones, but I'm going to put some meat on them. What's going on here? Alright, that's too many. But I'm going to take the top one that flipped, because I feel like it's for you. And it's the Ten of Wands. One card at a time, please. Judgment. Whoa. Well, because of the gusto that they flew out with, I am going to take them. And what we have is the Nine of Pence, we have the Two of Wands, and we have the Hanged Man, which came out in reverse, and the way that it landed on the ground, it crossed the Two of Wands. So I'm kind of going to read it that way. Let's get one clarifier for the overall feel of the read. Or I'm sorry, a card of advice. Before I start this reading, can I please have a card for advice for my Libra friends? The Empress. Okay. Alright. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords. So, between the Five of Swords, just very quickly, at the top of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. Okay. But at the bottom of the deck, with the Five of Swords, this is an energy that's underneath. Okay, this is an energy that you might not be aware of. What I'm about ready to explain. The Five of Swords is about a hollow victory. It's about accomplishing something, but doing it in a way that wasn't right. Or it's doing something that you knew wasn't right at the time that you were doing it. And then when we have the Two of Wands kind of crossed by the Hanged Man in reverse, I'm seeing somebody who had something and was stubborn about changing their perspective or they were stubborn about changing something. There's an energy here about somebody who's not wanting to give in some way, who's wanting to do things their way. And I don't feel like it's your energy. It's energy of somebody or a group of people around you that aren't seeing things from your perspective, who think that you have choices that you just don't have, and who aren't being fair. And that's caused you in your current energy to feel very, very betrayed, to feel hurt, to feel stabbed in the back. I mean, this is a card of, there's nowhere to go but up. And obviously that poor guy doesn't look like he's getting up anytime soon. But every ending is a beginning, and I like to think of this as like, there's a new day, there's a new dawn approaching. And these swords are representing emotion, like thought, intellect, words being cut, being destroyed by somebody's words or somebody's actions. Gotta get my crystal. This is just heavy. Your first card out being the Eight of Swords. You're really feeling trapped. You're feeling trapped in the energy you're in. Trapped in confusion. Blind to the way out. Sometimes you're able to make one choice. Sometimes maybe not choices, okay? Sometimes you're able to balance things out. Sometimes you're able to do for others. And sometimes things are just too chaotic. And you shut down. And you're not able to do for others, you're not able to, whatever, fill in the blank. But it's causing you to feel guilt. It's causing you to feel like it's like a struggle, uphill. But in your current energy, we have the Death card. So there's opportunity here for you to transform, for you to move from closed to open. Maybe you've been closed off to somebody that you're going to be able to open up to. Because with the Ten of Wands, I mean, there's a completion here. And he's just about made it, right? But he's struggling because, you know, he's not seeing that there's an easier way. Things are being made harder than they need to be made. You know, this poor fucker should have carried it in like 2 or 3 bundles. But he'll do that next time. He's learning. And I feel like with you, you're learning that there are easier ways. There's something about this. There's something about somebody making things more complicated than they need to be. And it's because they're allowing other people's judgments, other people's perceptions, other people's inabilities to view things from your perspective. Other people's beliefs that you have the ability to make a choice that maybe you just can't make right now. And you feel their judgment. And you judge yourself. But there's a real call for balance here. You can make your dreams come true. There's an opportunity here to make your dreams come true. To co-create with Spirit. To take the blindfold off. There's a lot of, in this card, a feeling of your past being what has you bound, being what has you blind. And there's a sense of like defeat here. But just like with the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands also talks about perseverance. And you have the ability to persevere through this. You have the wisdom. Okay? Allow whatever death this card talks about to transpire. The death of an old way of thinking. The death of your guilt and your shame and cutting yourself down. Your last card in the reading is the Nine of Pence. And the Nine of Pence talks about independence. It talks about independent success. And it's a really great card to get in a reading. It's like the wish card. It's wish fulfillment. Like I said, things in the tarot, they aren't fated. This is talking about an ability to take the wheel. Okay? To deal with your past. To accept whatever imbalance this is. Because if we can't balance something out, then we've got to accept it. Allow the death of your old way of thinking. Allow the death of any bullshit. Allow room for newness in your life. Out with the old, in with the new. Don't make things harder than they need to be. You are leveling up. You have reached the end of a cycle. Next time, you're going to see that there's an easier way, and you're going to apply that. The judgment of others does not matter. the judgment that you place on yourself, that matters, and that's something that you need to work on. Because you shouldn't be judging yourself the way that you have been. You're doing the best you can. Maybe in certain ways you're ill-equipped. You know, like, I'm agoraphobic. I have complex PTSD. And I didn't deal with it for a very long time. I numbed it with drugs. And once I got clean, I realized that, you know, by putting my issues on the back burner and self-medicating, I had, you know, I developed agoraphobia. Suddenly I couldn't leave my home. But I tell you that because this is you learning that if you don't deal with things now, if you don't let go of your judgments, and if you don't let go of the hurt and the pain, then you're going to have a much harder time making your dreams a reality. And you have that ability here. The damn spider's creepy as hell. Co-create with spirit. Quiet time. Meditate. Breathe. Ground yourself. And most importantly, Gemini, believe in yourself, okay? This is an energy of somebody struggling. But remember, we have the Empress here as advice, and this is about an energy of nurturing, motherly love. This is what you need to give to yourself. Nurture yourself, love yourself, don't judge yourself. Accept that you're learning and growing. We're all learning and growing and doing the best that we can. And as long as you're doing the best that you can, then let go of those judgments. Spirit has your back, and he's ready to help you co-create your dreams. He's ready to help you make your dreams become a reality. Spirit, the divine, God, Allah, the universe, whatever your higher power, whatever it is that you believe in, is here and has your back. Spirit sees that you've struggled and has your back. But there's a reminder here to love yourself. Love yourself first and foremost. It's the most important kind of love, is self-love. Alright, my dear Gemini, I hope this reading resonated. And until I see you guys back here in a couple weeks, take very, very good care of yourselves. And we will talk soon. Bye, guys.